everyone, it's Pickles. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. It is a lovely day here, and I'm really happy to be sharing this video with you guys. We're going to be shifting gears a little bit from the last few videos we've done. We've just wrapped up our Vulgar Latin series. If you haven't gotten a chance to check that out, I'd highly recommend it. But now we are going to be moving our focus a little bit to look at the ways in which Latin is still very present in our society today. And that is, exactly what we're going to be talking about today. We are going to be looking at Latin in the English language. Now, obviously Latin has it has had a really powerful influence on English. A lot of English words have Latin roots. There's a lot of shared prefixes and suffixes, a lot of grammatical and structural parallels, but sometimes these connections aren't as straightforward as we may think. So today, I'm going to be sharing some of my favorite unexpected, funny, ridiculous, story-worthy Latin to English connections, and we're just going to be chatting about those. So without further ado, let's just jump into it with our first word, sinister. So when I say the word sinister, a few different things may come to mind. Maybe words like cunning or evil or plotting. Well, it may surprise you to know that the root word behind sinister has nothing to do with any of this. Sinister actually comes from the Latin word sinistra, which just means the left hand. And the reasoning behind this was that in the Roman Empire, if you were a leader, a politician, a general, and you were signing a contract or making an agreement, you would always use your right hand. If you ever used your left hand, whatever you were doing would be considered null and void, and you would even be shunned out of, for that act of disrespect. Over time, the connection between that evilness and the left hand grew stronger and stronger and stronger, and the word sinister was born. I always feel super bad for left-handed people when I use that word, but you know what? That is the Roman Empire for you. Let's move on to our next word, lunatic. So you may be able to pull the root out of lunatic without me even telling you. You can see the luna in there, and luna obviously means moon. This is kind of where all those myths about werewolves and, mystical creatures really come into play, because the Romans actually totally believed that the moon caused temporary insanity. In fact, they would warn their people not to go out and look at the moon for too long, not to let their animals out during a full moon, nothing like that, because they may actually go mad. And just like it was in the case with sinister, this connection between the moon and going mad or going insane just got tied together, and the word lunatic was born. All right, let's shift gears, look at something a little bit different, and we'll look at the word arena. So, in the Roman Empire, gladiator culture was a huge part of tradition and just general society. People would actively go to watch gladiator games. They would pile into a stadium. And if you were in one of these stadiums, there's one thing you would always see. The size of the stadium may be different, the shape may be different, the structure may be different, but there would always be sand on the floors of the gladiator stadium. So when the word arena came about, it actually didn't come from anything meaning stadium or building, but it came from the Latin word harina, Harena, which means sand, to commemorate the sand that was always on the floors of these stadiums. All right, moving on to our next word, something a lot more common. Let's look at the word nice. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. What's your name? So like I said, nice is a super common word. It's definitely something we all use on a daily basis, probably one of the first words you learn in school. and we generally associate it with a compliment. Like, hey, that girl, she's so nice, or, oh my god, you didn't have to do that for me, that was so nice of you. But nice, historically, hasn't always been a compliment. Nice comes from the Latin word niscere, which, far from meaning good-spirited or kind, actually means ignorant, or someone who doesn't know something. So next time you call your best friend nice, you're actually kind of insulting them, at least according to the Romans. And speaking of insulting people, let's look at our last word, barbarian. So the word barbarian, I just threw it in here for fun, kind of as a bonus one. It's actually the only word in the series which does not come from Latin. Barbarian comes from the ancient Greek. It comes from the ancient Greek word barbaroi, and the origin of this word I personally find hilarious. Barbaroi, basically, when the ancient Greeks met people who spoke a different language, they thought everyone was saying bar, 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 bar. That's what it sounded like to them. So they called them barbaroi, or foreigners, or foreign speakers, and thus the word barbarian was born. So the next time someone tries to call you a barbarian, you can just go to them and start yelling bar, 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 and you're doing exactly what the Greeks would have wanted you to. Alright, I hope you enjoyed those stories. I found them really funny, really interesting to read about. There is so much etymological history out there, so many fun things to explore. If that's something you're interested in, I will drop a few links in the description so you can go check those out if you would like. But I hope you liked it, and I hope you join us next time for the next video. I'm going to be talking about Latin in the legal system, so if that's something you're interested in, hit subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and I hope to see you then. But until then, have a great week, and I'll see you soon. Bye!